Hi, everyone. Attorney Rachel Kelly here with another Family Law Friday. This week, I'm answering the question of, my ex does not tell me anything about the kids. What can I do? And this is actually going to be a two-part series. So if you liked this week, make sure you check out next week where we'll also talk about this topic. Okay, so I hear this all the time from people. My ex doesn't tell me anything about what's going on with our kids. What can I do? I'm so frustrated. And I have to say that sometimes when I hear this and I really dig into it with a client, I get a little bit annoyed with my client. And I have a little bit of a pet peeve over this. Because the reality is, specifically with your children, if you and your ex share joint legal custody, your ex, they are not your secretary. And my clients do not like to hear that. And I understand that it can be really hard when you feel like your ex is keeping information from you. And I understand that there are a lot of people out there who behave badly, but don't give up your power to your ex. If you share joint legal custody, you have a lot of power. So go out and exercise it, right? So if you have joint legal custody and your ex is not giving you information about your child's school, call the school. Cut your ex out of the equation. Call a school and say, hey, I'm so-and-so's dad, and I haven't been able to get any information about the upcoming parent-teacher conferences. Can you make sure that my contact information is on the school's email list so that I get all the same contacts that my ex-wife does? And guess what? The school is going to do it. They are going to figure out a way to do it, because the last thing that the school wants is to be in between the two of you. They don't want that. Now, sometimes I do hear from people, well, she didn't tell the school that I'm the father, or he didn't tell the school that I'm the mother. And unfortunately, that does happen. So, okay, what do you do if that's happened? Get your court order with the file stamp on it. So it's the official copy of the court order, not the, formal certified copy that you've paid $15 for. Although if you have one of those, or if you don't have one of those and you have this type of issue, you probably should have one. But take the copy of the court order and send it to the school. Fax it, email it, whatever. Highlight for them where it says that you have joint legal custody. Once the school gets that court order, then they absolutely, if they have been resistant previously, are going to give you that information. The same thing applies with doctors' offices, dentists, orthodontists, opticians, therapists. All of these places will communicate with you about your child in terms of what their records might be, so long as they see that you are the joint legal custodian. Now, sometimes medical providers won't give you insurance billing information. That's a separate issue, and we should do a video on that a different time. But generally, they're going to give you your kids' medical records. They're going to give you your kids' attendance records, and they are going to make sure that you get on the email list, so that you know when the upcoming parent-teacher conferences are, because you are not helpless. You are your child's parent, and you are taking the bull by the horns, and you are showing up for your kid and making sure that you have all the information that you're entitled to. Now, if in the very rare instance you have a doctor's office or a school that still, after they've seen that court order, refuses to communicate with you, that's when it's going to be worthwhile to go and pay a family lawyer some money so that they can either send a letter to that school or to that provider, or else so that they can go to court and get an order that tells the doctor's office and tells the school that they are required to communicate with you. Thanks, everyone. I hope that this video helped you today. If you have